Let's talk about linear games. You know, the ones that don't leave you wandering for 50 hours, questioning your entire existence before you even find the main quest? These are the games that grab you by the face and say, sit down, shut up, and enjoy this absolute roller coaster of a story. No side quests about fetching a missing chicken for a random villager. Just pure, unfiltered action, storytelling, and moments that will either make you cheer in excitement or question why humans even have tear ducts. So today, we're counting down 20 linear games you must play before you die. Uncharted 4 has proved that Nathan is the luckiest man alive. Drake somehow keeps surviving ridiculous situations, falling off cliffs, crashing cars, dodging explosions. But people just won't let him retire. In Uncharted 4, Nate is living a quiet life with his wife when, bam, his long-lost brother shows up like a debt collector and drags him back into the treasure hunting life. What follows is basically Indiana Jones with better graphics and even more climbing. Seriously, Nathan must have his chiropractor on speed dial. The action? Insane. Jeep chases, truck jumping, mercenary beatdowns, and yet it's got heart. It's a story about family, regrets, and whether your wife will kill you for sneaking off to Pirate Islands. Spoiler, Elena is a saint. Silent Hill 2 Remake isn't just horror. It's a therapy session gone horribly wrong. James Sunderland arrives in a fog-covered town looking for his dead wife. Red flag number 1. Everything wants to kill him. Mannequins, twisted nurses, and Pyramid Head, who's basically a gym rat with a sword bigger than his mortgage. The upcoming remake? Even scarier. Graphics so realistic, you'll start seeing fog in your living room. But the true horror isn't in jump scares. It's in the psychological torment. Every monster is a symbol of James's trauma, and if you weren't questioning your sanity before playing, you sure will afterward. Once the angriest man in gaming is now doing something even harder than killing gods, being a dad. Watching him parent a sassy preteen while fighting trolls and undead warriors is peak entertainment. The Leviathan axe, cooler than Thor's hammer. The world, rich in Norse mythology, talking heads, and world serpents who sound like they just woke up from a nap. But the best part? The emotional depth. This isn't just a story about gods, it's about fatherhood. And yes, Kratos still throws hands when needed. Leon S. Kennedy is back in Resident Evil 4 Remake, and somehow, he's even cooler. He walks into a cult-infested village with just a handgun and great hair and proceeds to roundhouse kick his way through chaos. Chainsaw maniacs? Check. Medieval castles with flaming catapults? Check. And yes, Ashley still gets kidnapped every 5 minutes, but it's all part of the chaos. Resident Evil 4 Remake proves once again, Leon is the John Wick of zombie games. The Last of Us Part 1 isn't just a game, it's an emotional ambush. You think it's about zombies, it's actually about trauma, love, and the terrifying bond between Joel and Ellie. Every bullet counts, every scene hits harder than the last. And yes, the giraffe moment will break you in the best way. Play it, then hug someone, and maybe schedule therapy. If Dark Souls and Journey to the West had a baby, it'd be Black Myth Wukong. Your son Wukong, the Monkey King. A literal kung fu legend who can clone himself, turn into beasts, and beat down gods with a magic staff. The game looks like a mythological fever dream. Gorgeous landscapes, bizarre creatures, and boss fights that'll make your controller beg for mercy. Combat is buttery smooth. Transformations mid-battle? Check. Feeling like an overpowered monkey god? Double check. It's stylish, punishing, and the kind of game that makes you say, yeah, I'm definitely gonna die a lot, but I'll look cool doing it. Final Fantasy VII Remake proves that nostalgia isn't dead, it just got a 4K glow-up and a Hollywood budget. Final Fantasy VII Remake takes everything you loved about the original and dials it up to 11. Combat, a perfect mix of strategy and anime chaos. Visuals, gorgeous. Tifa punching things, even better than you remember. Cloud is still broody, Sephiroth is still extra, and Midgar, so detailed, you'll want to move there, until you remember it's basically an evil energy company's science experiment. And this isn't even the full story, there's more to come. Just be ready for plot twists that'll leave you screaming at your screen, wait, what? Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a psychological roller coaster that doesn't just break the fourth wall, it smashes it with a sword. You play as Senua, a warrior battling monsters, illusions, and her own psychosis. The voices in her head, they're constant. Sometimes they help, sometimes they lie. There's no HUD, no minimap, just you, the voices, and the creeping sense that something is off. The combat is intense. The sound design, terrifying. Play this with headphones for the full, oh no, the game is whispering to me experience. It's beautiful, haunting, and unforgettable. Alan's not just writing horror anymore. He's living it. You switch between Alan Wake, a tortured writer, and Saga Anderson, an FBI agent deep in the nightmare. The world twists and shifts around you. Shadows want to kill you. Your flashlight is your best weapon. And sometimes, Alan literally writes his way out of danger, because reality is optional now. It's like Stephen King and Twin Peaks had a baby and raised it in a haunted cabin. If you like your horror surreal, stylish, and soaked in dread, this is your next nightmare. Want to question the morality of artificial intelligence and your own decision-making skills at the same time? Detroit Become Human is basically an interactive sci-fi film where every choice actually matters. You play as 3 androids. Connor, the awkward detective bot. Marcus, the revolution leader. Kara, a rogue nanny protecting a child in a cold, uncaring world. Every decision ripples through the story. Mess up once, people die. Mess up twice, everyone dies. No pressure. You thought zombies were bad? Try surviving in a world of a Plague Tale innocence filled with 10 billion rats and the entire French Inquisition. You play as Amisha, a teenage girl protecting her little brother Hugo, who, fun fact, might have weird rat powers. Stay in the light or get eaten alive. The story is dark, the world is brutal, the rats are horrifying. It's like The Last of Us, but more medieval and way more squeaky. What if Devil May Cry and Guitar Hero had a baby, and it was raised on Saturday morning cartoons? Welcome to Hi-Fi Rush. You play as Chai, a wannabe rock star with a music player fused to his heart. Combat happens on beat. Enemy attacks on beat. The world literally bounces to the rhythm. It's vibrant, hilarious, and stylish as hell. Even when you're losing, you're vibing. Sifu isn't just a martial arts game, it's a love letter to Kung Fu cinema, with one brutal twist. Every time you die, you age. You begin as a young, fast fighter, but each failure costs you years. By the time you reach the final boss, you're a gray-haired master. Slow, but deadly. Combat is slick, sharp, and savage. Every punch counts. Every dodge matters. And yes, you will die, a lot, but each death teaches you something. How to block, when to strike, who to fear. It's like if Jackie Chan made Dark Souls. If you love tough games with style, rhythm, and raw skill, Sifu will either break you or build you into a legend. What if your office building was a shape-shifting nightmare full of floating bodies, ancient artifacts, and mind-bending powers? Control is equal parts supernatural thriller and psychic demolition simulator. You play as Jesse Faden, new director of a mysterious agency, and you've got telekinetic powers. You can fly. You can hurl desks with your mind. You can possess enemies. And the building itself? It's alive. It's weird. It's wild. It's wonderful. This is Lara at her absolute peak. Scaling frozen cliffs, battling bears, and crafting arrows from whatever's left of yesterday's predator. The story? Sharp and personal. The tombs? Actually challenging this time. And the survival? Brutal. You'll feel every icy gust and every desperate fight to stay alive. She's not just raiding tombs. She's out here building camps, hunting food, and taking down enemies like a stealthy wilderness ninja. Lara is a one-woman survival squad. Forget Indiana Jones, he'd have frozen to death in the prologue. If you want adrenaline, adventure, and ancient secrets, Rise of the Tomb Raider is the ride you've been waiting for. And there you have it. 15 unforgettable games that aren't just pixels and polygons. They're experiences that stick with you long after the credits roll. Whether it's the gut punch of a story twist, the rush of a final boss fight, or that quiet moment in an empty hallway when the soundtrack hits just right, these games, they're more than entertainment. They're art. They're therapy. They're a reminder that sometimes virtual worlds can teach us more about the real one than we expect. So if even one of these titles sparked a memory or gave you something new to add to your backlog, mission accomplished. But hey, this list isn't the end. It's just the start of the conversation. Drop your own must-play before you die game in the comments below. I read every single one. Maybe your pick will make it into part 2. And if you got even a spark of inspiration from this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ride. We've got more stories to tell, more games to explore, and yeah, more feelings to catch you off guard. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep playing Legendary.